You know what's hilarious to me is watching modern day women prioritize a hypothetical ass husband. Making whole life plans with a man that don't even exist. He out here living rent free in her noggin. Shawty out here making life decisions around a fictional character. She like, I can't buy this dress because it's showing too much shoulder and I don't want my hypothetical ass husband to think I'm promiscuous, that I'm cheating on him. I don't want him to think that. Or I can't buy this house because my hypothetical husband might be a homosexual and I don't want him to move in with me because I don't want to be too independent. And I'd be like, oh, is you cool? Because it sounds like to me y'all are hallucinating, having these delusional ass fantasies wrapped up in your noggin. It's like you're living a script that doesn't even exist. And I'm like, do you want me to go along with this hypothetical ass husband that you ain't never met and you probably ain't never gonna meet? But you are censoring your whole existence around a made up fantasy. And it's so hilarious to me. And I'm like, oh my God, is she okay?
You know, the craziest thing about this video is how true it is. Now, on one hand, I understand the idea of fake it until you make it, the idea of walking around in the spirit of wife so that you will become a wife one day, or the idea of manifesting the man that you want. I understand all that. The problem, though, is that every woman is not going to get her dream man. The vast majority of women are not getting a dream man, so you can forget it. That's, especially in the black community, if you're a black woman and you are trying to find black love, your chances of finding that, in my personal opinion, based on my observation, less than 5% chance. You can find a black man to be in a relationship with. You can find one to marry. You can find one to have kids with. But one of quality, I mean, good luck with that. I won't tell you for sure that you'll never find it. I'm just here to say that it's most likely not going to happen. The problem I have with women walking around and living their lives for a hypothetical man is that some women will do it to the extreme. You will be like, oh, I can't wear this because I don't want my future husband that could be at the grocery store to see me, and I miss out on an opportunity with this man because he sees what I'm wearing and thinks I'm a whore or something like that. So I can't dress this way. Or you will not buy a home because y'all hear men on podcasts talking about a man is supposed to buy you a home. If you go buy a home, you're masculine and you're not going to have a man in your life and have him lead you because you've already led yourself. And so it's masculine to do that. So a lot of women will stop buying a house. The truth is that women are sitting by, letting their life go by because they are hoping for someone to come and save them. They're hoping to start their life. Like, they're just sitting around and doing the bare minimum, hoping that something happens, someone comes along and gives them permission to live their lives. Meanwhile, tomorrow is promised to no one. You're literally wasting your life when you're sitting around and not living up to your best potential. You're wasting your life. You don't know how much time you have. You know, one of the reasons why I laugh at people when they tell me that I'm going to die alone is because I'm like, first and foremost, you know, how do you even know I'm alone? Because I'm not, right? So people just assume stuff. Or they'll tell me I'll die in my old age and I'll be lonely and I won't have anybody. How do you even know I'm going to live to be old? Who knows, right? I don't live my life with those types of fears about what could happen if I happen to be here when I'm 90 years old or 78 or whatever. I don't live my life that way. I live my life now. I do what I want to do now because I know tomorrow isn't promised. And my hope for women, especially black women, is that y'all stop waiting for someone or something to give you permission to start living your life. If you are in the position to buy a house, buy it. Okay? If you have the credit, if you got the money saved up, if you found your perfect place, your perfect plot of land, buy the freaking house. What are you waiting on? You might not have the opportunity to do it in 5 years. So think about that. Think about whatever it is that you want to do. Get off your ass and make it happen. Stop sitting around like, oh, well, right now might not be the right time. You're never going to get anywhere if you do that. You're going to end up sitting around and having a whole lot of regrets. And it's so unnecessary. Just go out there and do whatever it is that you want to do. If there's a certain class you want to take the class, right? If you want to travel, travel. If you want to buy yourself a nice car, buy the car. Don't live above your means at the same time, because you don't want to be in a position where in the next 5 years, when this economy completely collapses, because that's where we're headed, that you made purchases that you didn't necessarily need to make. So, map it out, of course. But if you have the means to just get on a plane and take yourself to Bali or somewhere for a month or 3 weeks or whatever, just do it. Because when you put yourself out there in that way, naturally, you're just going to attract people that's on the same type of time that you are. But the worst thing you can do is sit around waiting on a hypothetical man. And the truth is that the more evolved you become as a woman, the more you grow, the more you learn from your mistakes, the more you become wiser and you make better decisions, most people won't qualify for you anyway. And that's going to include the vast majority of men. So hopefully you're doing all of this for yourself. And maybe your kids, if you have them, because you want to give them a better life or something. Other than that, stop worrying about this hypothetical man. Live your life. The type of man that you want will be an evolved man that's out there doing the same things or close to the same things or in proximity of the same things that you want to do with your life anyway. So don't sit on ice somewhere saying, oh, I have to wait and my husband is this. And a lot of you guys are doing this subconsciously too. I think a lot of you guys don't even realize that you are waiting for permission, hoping one day, someday right? I used to listen to a man named Brian Tracy, and he always talked about how most people live on someday I'll do this. Someday I'll, find the love of my life. Someday I'll buy a house. Someday I'll. And most people live in someday I'll. It's true. But tomorrow is not promised. Okay, that's the whole gist of this video. Do not waste what time you have, because you don't even know how much time you have. In my opinion, the only people who know how much time they have typically are the people who take their own lives. Or the second group, maybe people when the doctors say, hey, you got 6 months to live, and they actually unalive in that 6 months or something like that. Those are the only people that maybe, right? That's a big maybe too. Okay. The main group of people who know how much time they got left are people who are planning to take their own lives. Outside of that, don't nobody know shit. Okay, we're just living, and you should be living each day like it's your last, like they say. I know that sounds cliche. I know it's better said than done, or easier said than done, but it can be done. Do you? I come to work every day. I make money on social media, and if I really pushed myself, I could be a full-time content creator. The point is I don't want to do that. I like my job. My job is easy. Every time somebody's talking about quitting, I'll be like, are you sure you want to do that? Because we got it way too easy. This is the easiest job, the most money. It's like, no. And then I also understand that the social media platforms can end tomorrow. They can change their community guidelines and decide to demonetize you overnight. So I would never just give up this kosher job to do any of that stuff unless I was already going into business for myself. So maybe in the future. But right now, I'm doing exactly what I want to do. Literally. I'm not even joking. I drive 10 minutes down the road 3 times a day. It doesn't... in an 8-hour span, I'm working and driving not even an hour. Barely an hour. And I'm sitting around doing whatever I want to do. Creating content, working on my podcast, working on my Patreon. I'm doing exactly what I want to do at this time in my life. And I encourage you guys to do the same thing. If you hate your job, don't quit. Find another one and then quit. Unless you have financial backing to just walk away. But the point is, do what you want to do. Whatever that is. If you want to sit around and do nothing for a month and you have the financial ability to do so, do it. Reset yourself. Doom scroll and get inspiration from people. I get inspiration from people all the time, every day. I laugh. I cry with people. You know, I'm inspired by them. I root for them. That's what I do on a regular basis. Do what you love to do. Stop waiting on a hypothetical man. Stop waiting on approval from friends or family. Do you. I hope this helped. I wanted to share that, and that's all I got to say. That's the end of this video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.
All together, girls. 1, 2, 3. F these men on the internet. They don't know what they want, but they will see what they can get. Oh, go and waste your one and only precious life while pretending not to have a full receding hairline. So keep your eyes on his hairline and your hand on your drink. For all you know, he is a psychopath. He'll leave you on red, and he won't care if you're dead. And the psychics on TikTok are wrong.